friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of three mid-range smartphones from the same brand, namely the Honor 10 Lite, the Honor 8X and the Huawei Y9 2019 variant. So these three are smartphones from the same brand, that's Huawei, under two sub-brands, one is Honor and Huawei. Now we have these three devices in the sub 16K price segment, which are competing with each other, and they have a lot of similarities, including the Kirin 710 octa-core chipset. So in this video we'll talk about these three phones, which are the best devices in this price segment. So first, looking at the pricing, the Honor 10 Lite is the cheapest of the lot, which is priced 13,999 for the 4GB RAM and 64GB storage, while we have the Honor 8X priced 14,999, and the Huawei Y9 2019 is priced 15,999 and comes with again the same 4GB RAM and 64GB storage. Now let's get started with the comparison. So first let's have a look at the design and build quality. So looking at the Honor 10 Lite, so you can see that this comes with a plastic build quality, so you can actually have a look at more closer, and this comes with a glass-like finishing, and you can also see the dual color finishing, the gradient color, which looks really great. And even though it's a plastic build, it actually feels like glass and looks really premium as well. And it also gets the water drop or the dew drop notch. You can see that the notch is very small, and it's also compact in size. You can see that it's pretty compact in size with a 6.21 inches screen size, and it's pretty easy to hold as well. The curved edges also gives it a good feel. Now talking about the Honor 8X, so it is again one of the best looking smartphones out there with glass and metal constructions. You can see that the glass looks really premium, and it is one of the well built phone out there, but it is slightly heavier than the 10 Lite, and being the glass, it feels a bit more bulkier, and it also is a 6.5 inches screen size, so it definitely feels slightly heavy, and the notch is also slightly bigger than the 10 Lite, but otherwise it's a really good and well built phone in this price segment. Now finally, the Huawei's Y9 2019 variant. This is again quite similar to the Honor 10 Lite in terms of the build quality. You can see that it is again a plastic build, but it is given a glossy finishing and it looks really nice. It is again feels like glass, but it's not actually glass. And this also looks pretty good, but there is the regular notch included. You can see that the notch is not a water drop. It has a dual camera setup on the front panel, hence the notch is a bit more wider, and it again feels quite good with the curved edges. Gives it a good feel altogether. With even though it's a 6.5 inches display size, it's quite compact to use as well. So those are the three smartphones in terms of the design and build quality. So overall, in terms of design, we feel the Honor 10 Lite is our pick, while in terms of the build quality, the Honor 8X is our choice. Now let's move on to the display aspect. Now all the three phones have full HD plus resolution display, and all have pretty good display quality. They have almost similar panels with good display performance. The colors are pretty good. They're vibrant, colorful and crisp display, and viewing angles are also quite okay on all the three phones. The notch, as I said before, is better, or the best notch available is on the Honor 10 Lite, because it does give an edge to the display performance because of smaller notch, and when you're gaming, it actually gives a good feel altogether. Neither of these devices are protected by Gorilla Glass, so no protection is offered on all the three phones. Now moving on to the software. So this is one area where we have a clear winner, that's the Honor 10 Lite. So Honor 10 Lite has the latest EMUI, that's EMUI 9.0, and this is on top of Android 9.0. So this is only phone out of the three phones which right now runs on Android 9.0, and you can see this comes with the latest EMUI. That definitely gives an advantage on two counts. One is the software overall performance feels really nice, and it also has pretty good gaming experience altogether. Gaming experience we felt was better with the Android 9.0 update when compared to the 8X and the Huawei Y9 2019 variant. Apart from that, Android 9.0 battery optimization also plays a very important role on the Honor 10 Lite. So software, Honor 10 Lite is our pick. Now both the 8X and the Huawei's Y9 both have Android Oreo out of the box, and we have the EMUI 8.2 on both the phones. So both are quite similar in terms of software experience. Now moving on to the performance. So this is one area where we don't have a much of a difference actually. All the three phones are powered by the Kirin 710 octa-core chipset. All the three variants have minimum of 4GB RAM and 64GB storage, and the 8X and the 10 Lite is also offered with 6GB RAM. Now talking about the day-to-day performance, we didn't see any difference actually in terms of day-to-day performance. All the three phones are responsive, does a really good job, and even Kirin 710 is a pretty good mid-range processor which is really powerful, and the gaming experience of all the three phones was pretty good overall. But again, as I said before, the Honor 10 Lite has an edge in terms of the gaming because of the 9.0. Probably that's the reason we felt the gaming experience on the 10 Lite was slightly better than the other two phones. And apart from that, all the three phones have a pretty good call quality, and speaker performance is again above average on all the phones. So that's the aspects in terms of the performance. Now talking about the fingerprint scanner performance, all the devices have the fingerprint scanners on the back panel. So you can see that the fingerprint scanners are located on the back panel, and they're quite responsive, and all the three phones also have face unlock included. So all these features are included on all the three phones. Now moving on to the most important aspect, the cameras. Now we have a dual camera setup on all the three phones. On the rear panel we have a 16 and 2 megapixel camera with f-stop 1.8 on the Honor 8X, while we have 13 and 2 megapixel f1.8 aperture on the Y9, and again we have a 13 and 2 megapixel f1.8 on the Honor 10 Lite as well. Now looking at the selfie camera, we have a 24 megapixel selfie camera. It's a Sony IMX576 sensor on the Honor 10 Lite, while on the Huawei Y9 2019 we have again a dual camera setup. It's a 16 and 2 megapixel dual camera with f-stop 2.0 aperture, and here again we have a 16 megapixel front facing camera with again f-stop 2.0 aperture. Now talking about the camera quality, so here are some samples we have taken with all the three smartphones, and here we felt was the Honor 10 Lite has definitely an edge because of the software processing with the EMUI 9.0 is vastly improved, and the AI mode feels much better on the 10 Lite, while on the other two smartphones it was kind of saturating the images in daylight conditions. So in terms of daylight conditions, the 10 Lite gets the upper hand, while the 8X and the Huawei Y9 feels slightly lesser in terms of the overall performance. Now low light performance, all the three phones were quite okay, but the Y9 low light performance was not really great. The 8X and the 10 Lite had better low light performance. Now when it comes to selfies, that's where again the 10 Lite has an edge. The Y9 again has a pretty good selfie camera. It's a dual camera setup, but the 10 Lite has the best camera in terms of selfie performance, and even the 8X is quite okay. So there's no definitely clear win out of these three smartphones, but we feel in our testing we found the Honor 10 Lite being the best out of the three, not by a huge margin, but then 10 Lite definitely has an edge. The second one being the 8X, and the lowest in the camera preference would be the Y9 2019 variant. So that's the camera aspect. Neither of these smartphones have 4K recording nor eIFCC included, so all the three phones misses out on that feature. Now finally, the battery life. So we have a 3750 mAh capacity battery on the 8X, and we have a 4000 mAh capacity battery on the Y9, and a 3400 mAh capacity battery on the 10 Lite. Now without any doubt, the best battery performer is the Y9 2019 because of the large capacity battery, but it misses out on one feature, that's the Android 9.0. If that had been there, it would have been even better on the Y9. Now otherwise, battery on the 10 Lite and the 8X was quite almost similar performance. 8X has a bigger display and a bigger battery capacity, but the 10 Lite has Android 9.0 even though it has a slightly smaller capacity battery and a smaller display. So Y9 takes the lead in terms of the battery performance. So now summing up, which is the best out of these three smartphones? So it's a really tough job to decide which is the best, but then looking at all the aspects of these three phones, we feel the 10 Lite definitely has an edge in a lot of aspects, because one thing, the design looks pretty good. It's pretty compact, even though it's not a glass. The finishing is pretty good. Then the notch is something which is pretty small on this device. It has Android 9.0. The software is pretty good. Performance wise also it has an edge. Camera wise also it has an edge. But battery it's not bad, but again pretty good overall. One day you can get easily with the 10 Lite. So out of these three smartphones, probably our pick would be the 10 Lite, and it's also the cheapest of the lot with 13,999 pricing in this segment. So that is a detailed comparison of the Honor 8X, the Huawei's Y9 2019 variant, and the Honor 10 Lite. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.